along with and Ronnie Garrett. Mark who has a basket. And up Nance and Brad Doherty. It's a ball club that passes it and shoots it very well. Price. He hits a three-pointer. Doc Rivers and Reggie Theus, the backcourt. Along with Moses, Dominique, and Cliff Livingston. Sanders, a very physical. And Dominique throws it out of bounds. Atlanta trying to post up the much smaller Mark Price.
That's a good idea, John, to use Doc Rivers. He's much bigger and stronger and maybe can take Mark Price out of the game, but he won't be able to leave Mark alone for open jump shots, though.
Doherty gets double. Doherty, the best passing center in the NBA. Kind of an old-time center. Nance, the jumper, no good. And Reggie Theus rebounds. Reggie comes across being bothered by Price. Here's Rivers on the drive. Livingston, the jumper, no. And the rebound is taken away by Doherty. Cleveland loves and put it up. And they have carte blanche from Lenny Wilkins, who has done a fabulous job. Here's Nance on the baseline against the much smaller Livingston. Doherty in the lane. It's 5-0 Cleveland.
Cleveland taking advantage of every opportunity. They'll take the ball inside, outside, shoot it wherever they feel it. That's the kind of basketball they play in Cleveland, and it's very productive.
Dominique, a tough shot, no good. The rebound, Livingston, is no good, and Cleveland gets the third rebound. Here's Harper to run it up. It's a 3-on-2. Harper throws it away. Cleveland had an unbalanced fast break. They had two men on the left side, and it turned out that Harper threw the ball away. Really, someone to the other side.
And get him back on defense that time. Picked up.
Spinning in the lane over Harper and missed it. Rebound taken away by Cleveland. Out of the backcourt comes Mark Price, who's been brilliant this year for the Cavaliers. He has Nance, Doherty, and Mike is up top. And his jumper is missed. Rebound. Cliff Livingston. He sends out Rivers. Rivers.
Good move by Doc. Doc can take advantage of Mark Price often offensively if he'll just have a presence of mind to take it to him and make Mark play beyond the corner.
9:40 remaining in the slightly right of the key. Not a bad outside shooter. Harper posted up and Theus overplaying knocks it out of bounds. And Price. Nance, those are the four scores. They do bring a score off the bench. John Williams, Hot Rod Williams. Here's Price on the drive. His runner is good. No one in the NBA knew Price was going to be this good. And I mean no one. No coach, no scout, no GM. And he has become a top-flight point guard. Livingston the drive over Nance, no good. Nance, much bigger than Livingston, will be able to block his shot. Here's Price ahead for Sanders, who drives, blocked by Dominique. But Nance gets the rebound and lays it in.
Excellent team basketball by Cleveland Cavaliers. They take advantage of opportunities that are given to them.
Rivers uses Price, misses the shot, gets his rebound, misses, rebound Moses. Moses fakes and lays it in. Oh, Cleveland leads it 9-4. The Cavaliers an astounding 30-7. What makes it more astounding, Stinger, is this year the NBA is so darn even. There's so many good teams. That's unbelievable they could be 30-7.
Really is.
They swing it now on the left wing for the Sanders jumper. Good. He's the guy they would leave open, and he just hit the shot. That's the guy. You have to leave someone open if you're going to double team. You rotate toward the other shooters, but Sanders made him pay. Livingston posted up, takes the baseline jumper. Good. It's 11-6 Cleveland. Price comes across. The teams have split two games, both played in Cleveland. The first game very early in the year, Atlanta blew a 19-point lead but held on to win. In the second game, the Hawks got blown out. Price, too much dribbling, lost the ball. And he's left behind the plate. 5-on-4. Theus open. In and out. Rebound Dominique on the drive. The lefty hook is gone.
Beautiful, beautiful left hand hook by Dominique Wilkins. I think that's the first time I've seen that one, John. But
the second game I've seen it, and Dominique never stops improving. Imagine he's added a left hand hook on the right baseline. Here's Sanders. Played by Neek. Sanders tries to take him, gets doubled, and Nance gets the open jumper good. Notice how quickly they give the ball up when they're double teamed.
They really do. I think Dominique can overmatch Sanders a little bit, and if Cliff really would have stayed with his man that time and let Dominique guard him, that matchup is in favor of the Hawks.
It's a 13-8 Cleveland 5-point lead. Two-man game, Theus and Moses. Harper hasn't turned his back. Now outside for Neek. Neek on the drive. The runner is no. Rebound, Livingston. Great rebound. Knocked away. Dominique regains and lays it in. Great pace to this basketball game. Anytime the ball goes through the net, you're going to have great pace in the game, especially in the pros. 13-10, Cleveland by 3. We have played just over 5 minutes. Doherty, a great passing center, throws it away. Well, the minute you mention that, he's obviously going to throw it away. And the Hawks will take time. So there is our first timeout. Not quite midway through in the first period, and the Cavaliers lead the Hawks by 3, 13-10. This telecast authorized under broadcast rights granted by the Hawks and the NBA, intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game is prohibited. John Sterling and Mike Glenn here at the Omni. Sold out crowd, and Atlanta down by 3, 13-10. Here's Neek against Sanders. Moses posted up, catches against Doherty, and there's the double. Quickly out to Theus on the drive, and his shot missed. Rebound is taken away by Larry Nance. Cleveland protects the basket very well, and when they bring in Hot Rod Williams, they have another shot blocker. Harper lays it in.
Almost an offensive foul that time by Harper. Cliff came across and looks like he caught a hand in the face. Cleveland will take advantage of any opportunity, and they're double teaming all over the court.
Doc Rivers hits the jumper. Atlanta's playing 4-on-5. Livingston is really hurt at the Hawks end of the floor. Here's Nance the drive. He got fouled by Theus. It'll be a 2-shot foul. When Harper drove, it looked like he made contact with Livingston coming over to block the shot. And Sting, we're going to see it again. Let's see what we see. Oh, that's the last play. That was the foul by Theus. But it was the play before when Harper got the good pass from Mark Price, and Livingston is really wobbly. He caught one on the whiskers. And so Antoine Carr has come in for Livingston. And
looks almost like it could have been an offensive foul. Here we see Harper driving, throwing the left arm out.
Yes.
And hitting Cliff in the head.
That's called a brush off in the NBA, and it was not called or detected by the official. However,
Cleveland is playing Cleveland basketball right now. They lead the league in field goal percentage. And the reason they do that, John, is they pass the ball, they take advantage of opportunities, and they take good shots. They don't have to call plays. They're kind of like Denver. They see an open guy, and they give it to him.
Well, they lead the league. Nance makes 1 of 2. They lead the league in field goal percentage for one reason. They rebound there. They play good defense, first of all, force you into bad shots, and they rebound well and get out and run. They get easy shots. Theus, an open jumper. Bullseye. 16-14, Cleveland by 2. A great start to this basketball game. But make no mistake about it, you couldn't be lucky and be 30-7. Not in the NBA. They're just too many good teams. They have a terrific ball club. How good, we don't know yet. You have to wait for the playoffs for that. Here's Ron Harper, a very dangerous driver. Off to Nance for the baseline jumper, good. And one thing you see, the minute there's a double team, this unselfish Cleveland team passes the ball right away. You pass it right away, you're going to get open shots. Dominique on the drive, got pushed by Sanders, but they're not going to count the shot.
That time the Hawks used the advantage of Dominique Wilkins and got the ball inside to Dominique. Dominique is much stronger, and he has an advantage inside. Here he's close to the lane, and he can do damage in this area.
Moses down low, misses, and jams it home. And Cleveland by 2, 18-16. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the period. Mark Price comes across. Cleveland sets up a double pick on the left side. Here's Nance on the right side. The jumper good again.
They are red hot. They're shooting over 75% right now. They're taking good shots, but they're hot, John.
They only have a 4-point lead. Larry Nance has 9. Here's Carr posted. He takes Nance. Great fake. He has the best fakes down low this side of Kevin McHale. And Moses steals the inbound. Dominique on the drive. Goes to the hole and lays it in. We're tied at 20. The sold-out Omni is rising to the occasion. Here's Price, front court. Off the Doherty pick. Price knocked away, but picked up by Doherty. And he finds Nance. Here's Sanders out of the corner. It's no good. The rebound, Moses. Mo sends out Rivers, and Rivers will come across. Theus on the right baseline. Goes baseline. The shot is no good. Rebound, Doherty. Knocked away and stolen by Dominique. Dominique has 8. And Atlanta leads 22-20. When you shoot 70% and you're behind, you're in a lot of trouble. Here's Mark Price, and that's what Cleveland has done thus far. They're trying to post up Harper against Theus, about the same size. Doherty gets the pass off the double team. Now the open guy is Sanders, and he hits again. That's the guy the Hawks will leave open.
The Hawks are doing an excellent job of pounding the offensive glass. Cleveland is not that strong inside. Sanders is a little smaller than Dominique, and Nance is very tall, but he's not nearly as strong as Antoine Carr. If they pound inside and pound the glass and be physical with this team, they can get an advantage.
Here's Carr posted, triple, spins away. Good, what a pass to Moses. He got the shot blocked by Nance, but a beautiful pass by Antoine Carr. Price comes across, tied at 22. The pass tipped away, and Rivers picks it up. Rivers runs a 4-on-2. Moses lays it up. No, he got fouled, a 2-shot foul. You know, Mike, you said a brilliant thing on the open. We just don't have enough time to talk. But you mentioned that Cleveland, if there's a knock against them, they are not an ultra-physical team. We'll talk more about that when we get back. There's the tip by Dominique, which led to this break, and Moses will get fouled. And we'll get back with the score tied at 22 right after this. Water tip for the Minute Maid Coaches Update. Minute Maid soft drink, the orange of the NBA. And getting back to Cleveland being physical, they're physical enough. You see this last replay of Dominique stealing it and getting the layup. But Brad Doherty is physical, but not ultra. And the same goes for Larry Nance and Hot Rod Williams. That's not true of Rollins and Hubbard and Sanders, but Rollins and Hubbard don't play a lot. But you can be physical with them.
That's true. We may see a change when it comes to playoff time. I see Tree would probably play a little bit more. The game gets more physical, and they would probably turn to Tree.
And also it slows down too in the
For sure.
in the playoffs.
That is the question mark, John, that a lot of fans and coaches are asking is, can Cleveland win in the playoffs when it gets to become a real physical game?
2:35 remaining in the period. Atlanta by 1, 23-22, as Moses made 1 of 2. Antoine Carr, the only substitute, as Livingston caught one on the chin. Here's Moses tipping it away, but Harper gets it back. Doherty posted up. Not a bad post-up player either. There's the jump hook. Short. Rebound, Dominique. Atlanta is playing, at this stretch, they're playing bigger than the Cavaliers on both boards. Dominique left with Sanders outside. Not where Nick really wants it.
No,
on the right
not.
wing, Theus. And here's Carr posted. Carr should go take his man. He does. Great fake, and the jumper good.
Beautiful. Beautiful execution by Antoine Carr. That time they got the ball into him in an area where he could do something with it, and he scored the basket.
Price on the drive off the dribble finds Nance, blocked by Carr, and there's going to be a foul called, a 2-shot foul. And one thing about the Hawks, Atlanta is going to get a lot more physical because Kevin Willis is going to be on the road trip and will start to get back.
Yes, I'm sure everyone is looking forward to that. Kevin is probably the strongest player on the Hawks team, and he adds a lot of muscle and strength inside when he's on the floor. So they're looking forward to that.
Now Cleveland has gone big. Here's their big lineup as Hot Rod Williams at 6'11" replaces Sanders. Nance at 6'10", Williams at 6'11", and Doherty at 7 feet. And Ron Harper is 6'6". Is that big enough for you?
That is. Coach Lenny Wilkins is trying to slow down this inside attack of the Hawks. They're just causing too many problems inside.
All right, here's Nick. His jumper is off target. The rebound is chased down by Neek and picked up, though, by Mark Price. Price runs that basketball up. Doherty fills the lane, runs over Carr, offensive foul.
Tell you what, John, that was a gutsy play by Antoine Carr. When you see a guy that weighs about 260 coming at you and to stand there and let him run over you, it took a lot of guts, and he got the call for it. Excellent play.
Tree Rollins comes in for Doherty. Here's Carr posted up. Carr drives, fakes. Whoa, what a fakes by Antoine Carr.
Beautiful.
When he's good, he's like the little girl with a curl. When Antoine Carr is good, boy, he is very good. He is a great post-up player. I think the best in the league next to McHale. Here's Tree back in the game, and Harper's jumper is no good. The rebound tip taken away by Dominique. A lead now for Theus. 2-on-1. Theus to Neek. Back to Theus. His layup is blocked. Foul call. I don't think it was intended that way, Sting, but it worked out.
Right. Hawks couldn't quite control the ball on the break that time, and they were very fortunate to be able to catch the ball and to draw a foul. I thought Harper may get a steal because they really mishandled the ball that time. Also, on the defensive end, Reggie Theus went to double-team Tree Rollins, and Harper got an open jump shot as a result, and they were very fortunate that he missed that jump shot. They really should have let Tree play one-on-one basketball with Moses Malone.
Craig Elo has come in the backcourt. Theus makes one of two. Atlanta by 5. 28-23. 42 seconds remaining in a terrific period. Nance now played by Dominique. Cleveland has a big lineup in with Rollins, Hot Rod Williams, and Nance. And there's a foul inside, away from the ball.
Doc Rivers getting a little too physical with Mark Price, and I think he'll see that a lot in this league. When you're a little guy, everybody wants to hold and push on you because they think you're kind of small, and occasionally little guys will lead the aggression to try to get people off of them. But right now, Atlanta is doing what they really should do. They're leaning on him and holding him at times.
Mark has 6 as he makes his first. Cleveland down by 4, now 3. They're down by 3, and they're shooting 63%. I would trust they're not going to shoot any better than that. All right, here's Rivers front court. John Battle is in. He and Carr two-man game. Carr on the drive, off to Neek in the lane, dishes off to Koncak. What a pass! But there's the block by Tree Rollins. Cleveland blocks a lot of shot. And I'll tell you what, Atlanta passed the ball there as well as they can pass it.
And there's Tree Rollins right in the middle, as he's done many times on this floor.
6 seconds left in the period. Price, the drive, runs over Koncak. Offensive foul with 3 seconds remaining. As Price was driving, Koncak saw him, and Koncak got great position, and Price had to run right over him. Atlanta has 3 seconds. Dominique fires it to Rivers at the buzzer. No. And at the end of 1 period of play, the score, the Atlanta Hawks 28 and the Cleveland Cavaliers 25. Second period begins at the Omni. John Sterling and the Stinger, Mike Glenn. Atlanta by 3, 28-25. Rivers and Battle with Carr, Dominique, and John Koncak. Carr against Hot Rod Williams. Takes him for the right-hand hook. No. Rebound, Tree Rollins. Mark Price and Craig Elo, the Cleveland backcourt. Here's Elo. Not a bad open shooter. Nance is posted up against a smaller Dominique. Now Neek is fronting him. And they go back outside for Price. Price and Elo with Hot Rod Williams taking the jumper good. Rollins and Larry Nance. Williams comes off the bench and averages 11. Elo comes off and averages 7. And here's Rivers front court. Spud will come in and get Doc Rivers. Atlanta by 1, 28-27. Neek up top. The long jumper is around an out rebound. Elo. Ahead for Nance, who can really run the floor.
John, Cleveland's just playing simple, fundamental basketball. They're just hitting the open guy, taking the shots when it's there.
Koncak bothered and blocked Nance's shot. That was a good play by Koncak coming over to double team. In front court, here's Rivers. Neek is posted up. Carr, the drive. Battle, the open jumper is long. Rebound, Carr. Up top, Rivers. Three-point try. Short. Contact rebounds it in.
Antoine Carr is really a force for the Hawks tonight, and Cleveland has to find some way to slow Antoine down. I look for them to start double-teaming Antoine Carr. He's just causing a lot of problems for the Cavaliers.
Hot Rod gets another jumper, misses that rebound. Battle. Atlanta's been great on both boards. Battle to push. Battle on the drive. Lost the dribble, regains it, fakes it, and draws the two-shot foul. Cliff Livingston is okay. He comes back in. Spud Webb is in for Rivers, so it's Spud and John Battle with Livingston, Carr, and Koncak.
John, I would not be surprised here to see Tree Rollins guard Antoine Carr, and for them to change and put the power forward on Koncak, because Antoine is really powering the ball inside and scoring a lot of points inside. It'll be interesting to see if Lenny Wilkins will change that matchup, and if he doesn't, the Hawks should continue to do exactly what they're doing. Give it to Antoine.
I know it. If I was Lenny Wilkins, I would do that, because Carr is really going to hurt you inside, and that's where you want Rollins anyway to rebound the ball.
Sure.
Battle makes one of two. Atlanta by 4, 31-27. We've just begun the second period. Darnell Valentine in now at lead guard. He and Elo the backcourt with Sanders, Rollins, and Hot Rod Williams. Rollins posted up, and Hawks doubled him, something I would not do. Elo, the jumper, good. The minute you double team someone, if you pass unselfishly, it's going to be an open shot. I'd let Rollins take the shot. I would not double team him. Spud, and here's Carr posted up, and they have Hot Rod Williams still on him. Carr gets doubled. Koncak looks to swing it, and here's Battle getting the drive. His shot is blocked. Rebound, Livingston. His layup is blocked. Rebound, Koncak is good. So Koncak and Carr have come off the bench to play brilliantly.
The inside play of the Hawks is simply magnificent tonight. They're pounding, they're taking nice shots, they're playing extremely well inside. That's been the key for the Hawks tonight.
Atlanta by 4. Rollins gets doubled again. Now Carr leaves him, and Williams tries to get the drive going and draws the two-shot foul. Brad Daugherty will get back for Rollins. Oh, by the way, Hawk fans watching this game in the Atlanta area, I don't expect people to react to this who are watching on one of the network stations, have until Friday. There are 3 days left, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday business hours, to call for season tickets. There are less than 100 left. So if you want to get tickets for all the big games upcoming and first dibs on the playoffs, the telephone number is 681-3605. 681-3605 for season tickets, and it all ends Friday at the end of business. Williams has made them both. The Hawks, by the way, played their first of a very tough 6-game Western trip in Seattle that night. Cleveland shows a 1-2-2 trap as Battle comes across. Now Cleveland falls out of the trap. Atlanta by 2, 33-31. Koncak the pick. Battle gets doubled up. Koncak rolls to the basket, but Elo knocks it away out of bounds.
Well, that was excellent defense that time by Cleveland. Craig Elo is considered their best defensive player from a guard position. He's guarding Battle, and they put a trap on, and he had nowhere to throw the ball. Excellent defense.
Here's Carr posted. The fake, and his shot is blocked. Taken away by Darnell Valentine. Cleveland blocks a lot of shots.
They really do. They're very tall.
Valentine off the Daugherty pick. They'll give him that shot. He missed it. Valentine not a great outside shooter. Spud to push it up. In the lane for the short jumper, good. And there's that acceleration we have missed from Spud during the year. He played better on Saturday against Charlotte. That's why he's playing in the rotation tonight.
It is really good to see Spud accelerate, get the ball in the middle, and take the jump shot if it's there. Take whatever's there.
Hot Rod Williams finds Daugherty. Daugherty's jumper is short. Williams tips it, but it's no good, and there's going to be a foul on Antoine Carr on the tip.
Antoine got caught that time. He had a little push down low and really moved the Hot Rod Williams a long ways, and the referee caught it. It looks like a pretty good call.
Carr asked to leave with 3. That has been his bet noir since he got in the NBA, and he better find out how to play without fouling, because scorers have found out how to play without fouling for years, but Antoine's not been able to do it. You can't score if you're not on the floor. Here's Harper getting doubled. Hot Rod Williams the drive, and he got fouled. Count that basket. Good drive by Hot Rod, and he knocked it in.
Beautiful drive that time. Everyone thought Hot Rod would swing the ball to the weak side. Instead, he drove hard right, and Moses, being a center, doesn't move very well laterally, and that enabled Hot Rod to go in, draw the foul, and score the basket. That's what he really should do. When you have a 7-foot center or a 6'10", 6'11" center, you should make him move his feet and play defense.
Hot Rod has come in and scored 7 points. Spud Webb and John battle the backcourt with Moses, John Koncak, and Cliff Livingston. 7:35 remaining in the half. You see the score, Atlanta by 1. Moses posting against Doherty. Now squares, gets doubled, and there's the baseline jumper good. Moses' favorite move. Moses has 7 in the game. Dominique will get back. Darnell Valentine and Ron Harper, the Cleveland backcourt, with Doherty, Hot Rod Williams, and Mike Sanders. Harper comes off the left side pick. Doherty posted up against Koncak. Spud doubles, and Livingston rotates and steals the pass, and then gets knocked down. It'll be a Cleveland foul. Theus is back in, and so is Dominique.
Seems like everybody's running over Cliff tonight. Excellent defense by Cliff. Valentine kind of climbs up on his back there. But Cliff's all right. He wasn't hurt that time.
Battle will play lead guard now. Battle and Theus with Livingston, Neek, and Moses. Just under 7 remaining in the half. Battle the drive. His runner is no good. And Sanders rebounds. Valentine to come across. Harper. What he loves to do, Ron Harper. You got to make him hit jump shots, because when Harper drives, he can get you in all kinds of trouble. And Atlanta by 1, 37-36. They're trying to post up Neek. And he got fouled on the drive. It'll be a non-shooting foul.
Good drive by Dominique. Dominique should not give up that position inside. He's a much stronger player inside, and he should really fight hard for that position. Half of the battle is over when you get excellent position.
The Hawks call time with 6.5 remaining in the half. And Atlanta leading by 1, 37. Oakley and Gwen Scott bring you the latest news, sports, and weather on Georgia's News at 10, right here on Channel 46. Doc Rivers has returned. John Sterling, Mike Glenn at the Omni. 6.5 remaining in the half. Atlanta by 1 in a heck of a game. Darnell Valentine playing Rivers tough. 12 on the shot clock. Neek and Moses a 2-man game. Moses double. Dominique goes away and spots up a 3. Bullseye! And that's the way you run the 2-man game. Dominique spread out and spotted up outside the 3. You want to double Moses, you got to pay for it. Doherty. Back outside now for Ron Harper. Doherty on the baseline, and he pushed off on Moses to get it, and Doherty picks up the second foul.
Pretty good little push off there, but the referee caught it. He was really fighting for position, trying to get the basketball inside where he could throw his little jump hook, but the referee caught him pushing off. But an excellent try by Doherty, and good defense by Moses.
Rivers and Theus with Livingston, Moses, Dominique. So Mike has reunited his starters. 5:40 remaining in the half. Here's Neek. Neek posting up and catches low for the turnaround. Got it again. Dominique has 13, and he is starting to feel it.
Beautiful. Hawks are doing the right thing, taking advantage of the matchup. Sanders is a good defensive player, but he, like no one else, can guard Dominique Wilkins one-on-one.
It's a 6-point Atlanta lead. Mark Price back in, stops his dribble. Doherty posted. Livingston comes over. That's great defense. Weak side defense. Rivers to Neek on the drive. His layup is good. The defense was by Livingston from the weak side.
Cliff is the best team defensive player that the Hawks have. And here Doc goes to his favorite target, Dominique, who scores and gets the crowd and his team emotionally charged.
Cleveland calls time. Atlanta leads by 8. The Hawks lead by 8, biggest lead to either team. 5 minutes remaining in the half. Dominique on fire with 15. Here's Hot Rod Williams down for the Doherty turnaround good. Doherty does not look to score very often. He's a tremendous passer, but he can score inside and out. He averages 19. Rivers across, 4:39 in the period. Looking for Neek, and well they should. Sanders forces him way out.
Way out, too far out for Dominique to catch the ball against Sanders.
Moses finds Theus, 6 on the shot clock. Here's Neek, the drive, the fake, the jumper is good.
Beautiful.
Dominique has 17, and when a great scorer feels it, watch out. He can shoot with his eyes closed. Rivers knocks it away. Moses gets the steal. And Rivers will push, although Cleveland's back. Rivers on the drive, in the lane, all the way. The runner is no good. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Doherty. It'll be Atlanta basketball.
Doc Rivers again in the passing lanes. You really have to watch your passes. Doc jumps up high, extends his arms, and deflects a lot of passes. That helps him to be one of the league leaders in steals. Doc doing his thing, getting the Hawks started.
Theus cuts off a couple of picks and finds the pass in the left corner against Harper. Theus uses him for the lean in. Good. Top the basket. He got fouled on the play. Reggie Theus going one-on-one, doing his thing.
Beautiful. Reggie Theus has a lot of one-on-one moves. He doesn't get to use them very often, but here he has an opportunity to nice little reverse move and to bank it off the glass. Good move by Reggie.
Reggie Theus shooting one.
Theus has completed the three-point play. Reggie has 6, and Atlanta by 11, 49-38. Under 4 minutes now remaining in the period. Down low for Doherty. Here comes the double team. Doherty forced out by Moses and Livingston, and he throws it cross-court to Elo for the 3. No, Moses rebounds. Moses throws it for Rivers and throws it out of bounds, as Rivers was actually behind Moses, and so Cleveland gets it back.
Sometimes that's a problem. When you have 2 guards that handle the ball well and a lot, the center doesn't really know who to throw it to, so he just threw it in that direction, and both guys kind of looked at the other guy and said, wasn't that for you?
Atlanta, though, has had very few turnovers tonight. Nance down low, turns and misses, rebound, Rivers. Atlanta has held Cleveland to 1 shot just about every time. Dominique. Rivers, the drive in the lane, off to Livingston. He lays it up and in. Atlanta has never played better.
Beautiful passing by the Hawks.
And you know what's starting it? And Mike Glenn told you about this in the beginning. Rivers penetrating against Mark Price. Price cannot play Doc Rivers.
No way.
Here's Price off the Doherty pick. Gets doubled and knocked away out of bounds, but last touch by Atlanta. Notice how many times Rivers gets in the lane and makes something good happen. Price has not been able to contain him.
Doc is doing an excellent job on both ends on Mark Price. He's playing very physical. He's just staying right with him, trying to frustrate Mark Price.
Price, the long jumper good, a 3-pointer at the shot clock buzzer.
Can he ever do that? Doc, relax just for a second, and that's all a shooter like Mark Price needs is 1 second. You can't relax. You can't help out. You have to concentrate and stay with Mark Price.
Atlanta by 10, 51-41. Here's Neek. And they clear out the left side. Neek takes Nance, and his cross-court pass stolen by Elo. Elo the drive. Foul by Theus. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Elo did a good job of playing the passing lane, making the steal and taking the ball down and drawing the 2-shot foul. There we see Craig Elo playing the passing lane. Reggie can't quite outrun him. Draws the foul and makes him shoot 2 free throws rather than an easy layup.
Remember the season ticket number is 681-3605. You only have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There are less than 100 season tickets remaining. 681-3605. Elo makes 1 of 2. Atlanta's lead is 9, 51-42. Theus beats Elo in the lane. Dishes off of Livingston. His shot is missed and taken away by the Cavaliers. But a beautiful penetration and pass by Reggie Theus. Here's Hot Rod. Doherty has it knocked away. Another steal for the Hawks. Rivers to push. He had it knocked away from behind, and Doherty will get the easiest basket he'll ever get.
Both teams passing the ball a little sloppily right now. We're getting a lot of steals and a lot of turnovers. Doc wants to slow the team down now a little bit, and let's go back either inside to Moses or to Dominique.
Moses posting, and he catches and got pushed by Doherty. Doherty picks up his third foul, so I'm sure Lenny Wilkins will take him out if he has 3. I am for 3.
The foul on number 43, Brad Doherty, his third penalty.
And indeed, Lenny will go to his bench, and Chris Dudley will come in. Dudley has been, for the year, the backup center. Rollins hasn't played. Usually they go with 3 men off the bench. Hot Rod Williams, Chris Dudley, and Craig Elo only play 8. Rollins starting to get a few more minutes lately.
And I'm sure Lenny Wilkins knows that Tree Rollins played 11 years here in Atlanta, and he wants to give Tree an opportunity to play here at his home crowd, in front of his home crowd. Lenny is a player's coach. Everyone that has ever played for Lenny Wilkins really speaks highly of him, and they really enjoy playing for him, and they play their best basketball under him.
Boy, you talk about a player's coach. And he's an outstanding coach. He just not one of those guys who blows his own horn. He's terrific. A minute and a half remaining in the first half. Atlanta by 9. Hot Rod Williams the drive. He got whacked as he drove. Williams is 6'11" and can really move. And he probably had his best putting the ball down on the floor and rebounding on the offensive glass. Not a very physical guy, even though he's a very big player.
That's true, John. That's the 3rd time we've seen him drive hard to his right. And each time he's gotten a foul, and he's gone here to the free throw line. So I think the Hawks have to make an adjustment. Start playing over on his right side and not allow Hot Rod Williams to drive to his right, because he's causing problems every time that he does it. Maybe see if he can go left, or see if he can shoot a few jump shots.
Williams makes them both. He has 9. And the Atlanta lead is 7. Theus spins his dribble to the front court. 53-46. Theus, the drive all the way. The hook is no good. Rebound, Larry Nance. Mark Price hurries it across. Under a minute now remaining in the half. Cleveland down by 13, coming back. Dudley on the baseline, not much of a shooter. Tied up by Rivers, stolen by Rivers, so they have him for a jump ball. Boy, that Rivers is like a gnat. He's always pestering you. You swat him 1,000 times, you never can get him, though.
He really is. Sometimes it seems like it's 2 of them out there on the court. It's like, well, you get these Riverses off of me?
Mark Price, and Rivers jumped at him, so Price couldn't get his 3rd 3-pointer. 45 seconds remaining in the half. Atlanta by 7, 53-46. Off the right side pick comes Price. Rivers, though, plays through. Price in the lane. The runner is no good. Rebound. Williams lays it in. And Williams has been a big plus for the Cavaliers in this game. He's come in and scored 11 in very few minutes. And the Cavaliers now trail by only 5.
Doc still is playing excellent defense on Mark Price. That time they forced him to penetrate and try a really hard shot. They're making him play a physical basketball
Here's
game.
Neek posted. His shot is taken, knocked away, and Elo runs into Theus. It should be a foul.
Foul is on number 3, Craig Elo.
It'll be a 2-shot foul as Cleveland's over the limit.
John, Larry Nance gives Dominique as much problems as anybody in the NBA. He's 6'10", he's very quick, and he jumps very high. Anytime Dominique tries to shoot over him, he finds a very tall player that jumps very high, maybe as high as Dominique, almost as high as Dominique.
And that's why, because he is taller, 3 inches taller, and he can jump with him. And it's very rare to find a guy that quick to play Neek. That's who you have to have play Neek.
Absolutely.
Theus has made his foul shots. He has 8. If you're Dominique's size, he's going to jump over you for the shot.
Right.
Under 10 seconds in the half. Price gets bumped and throws it. Saved by Nance. Nance, the runner, is good. What a shot. Contact right in his face.
Goodness.
Atlanta has 3 seconds. Dominique from midcourt lets it fly. No good. And at the end of one half of play, the score: the Hawks 55 and the Cleveland Cavaliers 50. To 50, John Sterling and the Stinger, Mike Glenn here. You know, Mike, I'm kind of impressed by the poise of Cleveland. First of all, they can't go on being 30-7. I mean, that'd be about 66 wins, and they're not that good. No one is that good in the NBA. But here tonight, Atlanta playing their best basketball, up by 13, 51-38, and Cleveland hung right in there and cut it down to 5. That speaks very well for the Cavaliers.
They played great basketball, John. The Hawks have to continue to play the same way that they're playing, really. They're playing excellent basketball as well. Take the ball inside to Dominique, to Moses, and especially Antoine Carr. They're doing an excellent job of playing inside basketball.
You know, Atlanta has done really what they wanted. They controlled both boards. They've gotten a lot of offensive rebound baskets. They've held Cleveland to one shot at times and been able to run the ball, and still it only translates to a 5-point lead. Cleveland got a great lift. Larry Nance had a terrific first period. And then John Williams scored 11 in the second period, and that's the reason why they're in the game.
Yes, they have to make an adjustment on Hot Rod Williams. You have to keep Hot Rod from driving to his right hand. He's an excellent player going to his right. You have to force him to go left or force him to hit a few jump shots and see if he can put that shot in.
Absolutely. Dominique at 17 to lead Atlanta. The Hawks by 5 at halftime, 55-50. And we'll be back with more of our halftime coverage right after this. This update for tonight, with Atlanta leading by 5, 55-50 at halftime. You know, you look at the Atlanta side, and there isn't a whole lot to complain about. Atlanta, I thought, rebounded their defensive board very well. They rotated on defense out of their double team very well. They pushed the ball up. They hit the offensive board. They scored a lot of points off offensive rebounds. They were able to post up Antoine Carr and Moses Malone and Dominique and get a lot of post-up baskets. The reason you want post-up baskets is so you can get the ball inside and maybe draw fouls and get a higher percentage shot. So you look at everything Atlanta did in the first half. They really did everything very, very well. And yet they only have a 5-point lead. That attests to the fact that Cleveland is a very good ball club. And at the end of the first half, the last 3 minutes, when the Hawks had a 13-point lead, they frankly didn't take very good care of the basketball. Anyway, at halftime, Atlanta leads by 5, and if you're wondering, well, what would you do in the second half? Really more of the same. Maybe take a little bit better care of the basketball, but you couldn't ask Atlanta to rebound either their offensive or defensive boards any better. And for the most part, they took a lot of good shots, and they lead here by 5 at the half, 55-50. That's our Minute Maid coaches update for tonight. We'll get back with the beginning of the second half right after this. At the Omni, the Hawks by 5, 55-50 here at halftime. Well, we have the official stat sheet, and the Sting and myself will look it over. Well, one thing Cleveland did, which sometimes you're not conscious of, is you look at some of the halftime stats. Cleveland shot 59%. In fact, just a tad under 60%. When you shoot 60%, I guess you should be winning in the ball game, not down by 5. Atlanta did just about everything else very well. They rebounded their boards, and they got good percentage shots.
They really did. Another key, John, is turnovers. Atlanta has played good defense, and Cleveland has turned the ball over 13 times. It's hard to win in the NBA when you have that many more turnovers. The Hawks have only 5. When you have that many more turnovers than your opponent. So I look for Cleveland to really get under control a little bit more and try not to turn the ball over quite as much.
Interesting. I mentioned on our little coaches update that Atlanta at the very end was kind of careless with the basketball and gave the Cavaliers some hoops. But gee, 5 turnovers, you shouldn't even bring that up in the locker room. If you have 10 turnovers a game and have a good ball club like the Hawks, frankly, you should win all the time. You look at Lenny Wilkins is doing a masterful job with the Cavaliers. He would be the leading candidate for Coach of the Year honors. And he is going to coach the Eastern Conference squad in the All-Star game. That's how far ahead Cleveland is than any other team in the conference. He's already clinched that.
That's true. He did the same thing with the Seattle Supersonics. They were the worst team in the league when Lenny took over, and that year they went to the championship finals before getting beat by the Washington Bullets. I think that was 79, I think.
Yes.
And he does an excellent job of letting players play their game and use their talent. Excellent coach.
Well, the second half begins. Atlanta up by 5. Rivers and Theus with Moses, Cliff Livingston, and Dominique. Cleveland will begin with the team that started it. Coaches always do that. They almost never make a change. Almost cataclysmic if they do between the beginning and the second half. Anyway, they have Sanders at small forward, Doherty and Larry Nance, and the backcourt of Mark Price and Ron Harper. Now we're set to go. The Hawks begin with a 5-point lead. Here's Moses catching down low. Cleveland standing around Moses. You got to move, Atlanta. Moses, the drive, goes right to the hole, lost it going up, and taken away by Ron Harper. Doherty catches down low and lays it in.
Nance made a beautiful lead pass that time. Cleveland just taking advantage of what was given to them. Doherty had excellent position and a good pass by the Cavaliers. Larry Nance.
The Hawk lead once 13 down to 3. Dominique tried to hit Moses and it was knocked away. Cleveland massing up right in the lane. Mark Price the drive. His shot is no good. Rebound tip by Theus to Moses. Mo finds Rivers and Atlanta moves it across. A minute gone by in the third. The Hawk lead down to 3, 55-52. You know what Atlanta has not been able to do tonight? Run the weak side play. They have not gotten Dominique on that normal weak side play. Here's a great pass by Theus. What a pass by Theus to Livingston.
Beautiful pass. They really have not gone to that weak side play, mainly because Sanders is an excellent defensive player out far on the floor, and they want to get Dominique posted in low.
Ron Harper, Doherty sets the pick. Harper, Moses stopped the drive, but Harper knocked it in anyway. Atlanta by 3, 57-54. Rivers front court. Dominique trying to post. Sanders forces him out, but Neek gets the basketball. Now Neek operates for the jumper, gone off the glass. The bank is open tonight. Neek has 19. And 2 minutes gone by in the third. Mark Price has just pulled a leg muscle trying to get away from Rivers, and they take a 20-second timeout. As Price was coming off the pick, he either got a cramp or he pulled a leg muscle or turned his knee, twisted his knee.
Yeah, it's really hard to see what happened there. I know Doc Rivers was playing him very physical, but I don't think Doc hit him. I think he may have caught a cramp, or the trainer is looking him over.
Let's see what we can see, Sting, on the replay. Price is coming around a pick. I don't know if we're going to see anything. There he comes around. Well, you can't see anything, but that's where he came up lame.
Right. I think he just caught a cramp. Sometimes they played last night. It's back-to-back games, and sometimes players on back-to-back games will catch cramps if they don't drink enough water and take enough salt.
Yeah. Thank Gary Briggs, the trainer, will take Mark off. Thank goodness we don't have that instant replay nonsense they have in football. It'll be here forever. Here is Harper. Theus gets the shot, but got him with the body. It's a 2-shot foul.
Pretty good defense that time by Reggie Theus. Matter of fact, looked like Harper may have pushed off himself. Reggie played good defense. Harper is a talented player and can usually drive and score pretty much anytime he wants to.
Saw Gary Briggs going off with Price, and Ron Harper hits the first. Craig Elo has gone in at lead guard. Cleveland has, I would say, a fairly big backcourt now. Elo and Harper both about 6'6". Harper makes 1 of 2. Atlanta by 4, 59-55. Livingston the high pick. Rivers away from the pick, goes right past Elo and missed the jam. How do you like that? Livingston, the rebound jumper, no. Moses knocks the ball away and lays it up, no. Rebound taken away by Cleveland by Brad Doherty, who saves it as he dives on the floor. Atlanta did everything but get the ball to go down.
Heads
Boy,
up
I'd
pass.
like to see that replay again. Harper hit Doherty, And in the naked eye, it looked like Doherty used the free arm to push Livingston away. Let's see.
It sure did, John. Looks like he used that right arm, and I think he did against Cliff Livingston, but he was rewarded with 2 free throws. There it is again. Looks like he pushed off with his right arm, and that's an offensive foul. You can't do that in the NBA.
Doherty makes the first.
Heads-up play nonetheless by Harper to see Doherty open under the basket and throw the ball to him in close where he can get an easy inside shot.
Doherty in double figures with 10, and now Cleveland is closed to 2 as Rivers comes across. The play is for Dominique down low. They go to Theus up high for the jumper, short. An option play, go either side, and they went to Theus, and he missed the jumper. Here's Mike Sanders across. Cleveland can tie. Harper. And Doherty ties it up. Atlanta will call time. There is a timeout on the floor. And timeout with the score. Atlanta and Cleveland tied at 59. The Hawks go on a Western trip and begin it in Seattle. That's radio only on Friday night. Then Saturday night in Portland at the Coliseum. That game will be on both radio and TV. And the other games on the trip, I believe, will be on television. Monday night against the Clippers. Wednesday against Salt Lake. Thursday against Denver. And then Saturday against Phoenix. Rivers front court. Atlanta has been tied by Cleveland at 59 after the Hawks had a 13-point lead. Moses. Atlanta, though, has not been able to get the ball to Dominique. Antoine Carr will get in. Rivers forces the drive and lays it in.
Power move by Doc Rivers. They didn't really take advantage of the mismatch that time. Doc Rivers had Doherty on him. They should have cleared out the side or either went inside to a mismatch with Moses Malone and a guard.
Larry Nance finds Harper outside. Harper, the drive, knocked away by Rivers from behind. Mark Price has a slightly turned left ankle. He'll be back. Livingston leaves, replaced by Antoine Carr. Carr was a major force in the first half, but the old bugaboo, foul trouble. He got 3 quick fouls.
Doc Rivers and Harper playing a little face-to-face confrontation.
Rivers got cut badly. His forehead is bleeding profusely. And he goes over to get a towel. Joe O'Toole, the Hawks trainer, comes out to help Doc.
Doc's a tough guy, John, but if he was a fighter, it would be a note on him that he cuts easy. It seems that Doc's always bleeding or getting cut somewhere.
Well, he's always getting banged up, and one day I said to him, you know, you wouldn't be banged up so much if you didn't hit the floor so much. Try to stand up during the game. You know, he does play so hard.
He really does.
That he's always being banged down on the floor. And he and Elo came together. Elo is bleeding too. Elo is leaving the floor. I did not see that collision, by the way. It may have been on the Rivers drive when he scored. Mark Price is coming back on the floor. Elo has left. Gary Briggs, the Cleveland trainer, is still in the dressing room.
I think they said Mark Price may have a slightly sprained ankle. I don't know if Coach Wilkins is going to use him. I doubt it very seriously. He'll probably admire him for coming out, but I doubt that he'll use him.
Cleveland 9 on the shot clock, and Nance fires and hits. Nance has 14, and the ball game is tied at 61. Rivers and Theus with Dominique, Moses Malone, and Antoine Carr. Cleveland has Doherty, Nance, and Sanders, and their backcourt Darnell Valentine and Ron Harper. Looking for Moses Lowe. Here's Mo. Mo doubled, forces it up and missed it. Rebound, Carr. Carr, great fake, and he lays it up and in. If Carr could just stay out of foul trouble. And by the way, I don't know how any scorer doesn't learn how to stay out of foul trouble. All the good ones have. Doherty posted up, the hook is good.
Beautiful jump hook by Doherty. Antoine continuing to use his strength and size inside. Nance is a lot taller but if Antoine can use his body and use his strength, he'll be able to pick up fouls and score easy baskets inside.
Game tied at 63. Doherty has 8 in the period. Here's Moses. 7 minutes remaining. Carr, the drive. The lefty hook is short. Rebound, Moses. And he got fouled going up, a 2-shot foul.
Moses has great hands. Anytime the ball is anywhere around, Moses will pick up the ball, pick up a foul, gets a lot of rebounds that way. Here the ball kind of slips away, and Moses comes up with it and goes back up, and now he goes to the free throw line.
And you know, one thing Moses has. One thing Moses has is the ability to get the ball up the basket. He practically didn't have the ball there.
Right.
But he knew someone would make contact with him, and it would look like a foul, and there he is on the line for 2.
For sure, that's how he spent so much time on the free throw line. He scored a lot of points over his career shooting free throws. He uses his body well. He just throws his body into you, and somebody's going to foul him.
Moses has 11. And Atlanta 65-63. Here's Valentine. Elo is out. Price is out, so Valentine will run the show with Ron Harper in the backcourt. Doherty on the baseline. Moses didn't give him the baseline, and Doherty hits the jumper. Brad Doherty has 16 in the game, but 10 of them in this period. He has 10 points in 5.5 minutes.
Very soft touch that time, and Moses played good defense. Not much else you can do in that case.
Theus got hit by Harper, and if our figures are correct, Ron Harper has picked up his 4th foul.
Going to run out of guards here shortly.
They are. They can use Mike Sand as a guard, but of course he's not the same player Ron Harper is.
They also have Randolph Keys, a rookie, also an excellent shooter. He may get some playing time here if things continue as they are now.
On the deep left wing, here's Neek. The fake and the jumper. It's good. Count the basket. He got fouled on the play. You know, I know we've mentioned this, Sting, on another broadcast. What people don't know about Dominique, like Dr. J, is he's so strong. Now there, his jumper was stopped, but his fingers are so strong he was able to shoot a nice, smooth jumper.
Yes, here we see Dominique going left. Nice little pump fake, gets a lot of contact, but stays with it. As you mentioned, he's a very strong player. He's like one big muscle.
Neek, the three-point play. He has 22. Mark Price has come back. So now a small backcourt, Price and Valentine, with Doherty, Sanders, and Nance. 6 minutes remaining in the third. Doherty gets doubled up and attacked by Rivers. And knocked away and stolen by Moses, but it went out of bounds. Cleveland will have 6 on the shot clock, and the Cavaliers will call time. Well, we're midway through the third. The Cavs have called time, and with timeout, Atlanta leads by 3, 68-65. John Sterling, Mike Glenn back at the sold-out Omni. Atlanta by 3, 68-65. That may be where Rivers picked up the cut eye. That's what we're thinking. Anyway, Doc's okay. Here's Mark Price for the Cavaliers. 3 on the shot clock. He's got to force it. And Sanders at the shot clock buzzer didn't get it off.
Very close call. Hard to say if he released the ball before the buzzer went off or not. Lenny Wilkins thought he did, obviously.
I thought he did too. Honestly, I thought the shot clock buzzer came after. But what do I know? Yeah. Battle and Rivers with Moses, Dominique, and Antoine Carr. This is a very good offensive team on the floor for the Hawks. Neek, double, finds Rivers underneath, and he lays it in. You know, Rivers is such a great athlete. He just takes it right to the basket. I mean, guarding him was a guy 7 inches taller, Larry Nance. We just took it right to the rim. Valentine gets shoved down by Rivers, no call.
That like he attacked a guy out there at the time. Didn't get a foul call.
5-point Hawk lead, 70-65. Valentine, the baseline drive, and there's a foul. It's amazing. Wherever Antoine Carr goes, there's a foul, and he picks up his 4th.
Antoine is like the big kid on the block. You always blame things on him. That time, I don't think Antoine really made a foul. It's like Valentine kind of ran into Antoine. But,
I'm sorry, that looked like an offensive foul.
Yes,
so Carr is lost, and they have to take him out, and Atlanta loses a lot of offense. John Concat comes in. Much better defense, much worse offense. Price front court. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Atlanta by 5. Brad Daugherty gets 2 more. Daugherty has 18 in the game and 12 this period.
Moses got caught trying to make a steal that time and allowed Daugherty to get an easy 2.
Dominique posting up, and it's knocked and stolen away by Price. Restolen by John Battle as he stole the pass away from Mike Sanders. Battle, Dominique, 3-point try, bullseye. Dominique has drilled 2 3-pointers. Here's Valentine. Atlanta by 6. Larry Nance stopped by Concat, held by Concat. It'll be a non-shooting foul.
Very tough matchup for John Concat that time. Larry Nance is much quicker, and John simply can't move his feet laterally enough to stay with him. Someone on the Hawks team should recognize that, run and double team Larry Nance. Don't leave him exposed like that to pick up a foul or an easy basket for Larry Nance.
Well, the Hawks have brought Livingston back in. Dominique is going to play Nance. Livingston will play Williams, and Concat Daugherty. Atlanta very undersized up front against this big Cleveland front line. Just over 4 remaining in the period. Lobbing for Nance. The weak side help comes. The shot is no good. Rebound
Beautiful
Livingston.
defense.
Dominique tried to front him, and Livingston came weak side up. Here's Neek. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the period. Rivers at the head of the key calls the fist, the 1-4. Now off the left side pick comes Battle. Battle, baseline drive is good.
Nice little runner by John Battle that time. Takes the ball right to the defense and shoots a nice soft shot.
The Hawks now by 8, 75-67. Nance at the head of the key. Daugherty trying to post. Williams finds Daugherty down low. Here's the jumper. No good. Rebound Williams, and his shot is good over Livingston.
Cliff did a good job initially by preventing Williams from going right and kind of stopped him, but forgot to block him out and let Williams get an easy rebound.
Dominique off the weak side pick. That's the play we talked about before. His jumper no good. Rebound Concat, and he sends it back outside. And if Concat didn't get the rebound, Dominique would. He had followed his own shot. He was right there. Under 3 remaining in the third. Rivers over Price. Drives and lays it in. Price can't play him. Rivers has 10. Atlanta by 8, 77-69, and Cleveland calls time. Trailing by 8. In the first period, Larry Nance gave him points. He scored 10. In the second period, John Williams gave him points. He had 11. And so far in the third period, Daugherty has scored 12, and Cleveland for the period has only scored 27. And interesting, Cleveland has scored 19. Interesting about a ball club, and it's kind of, I think it's an attribute, because Sting, as you know, sometimes for whatever reason you can't get off, or someone's playing you well, or whatever the reason is, and you got to find someone who's going to carry you. And Cleveland shows that they're a little bit unselfish, that they know who's hot and they keep going to him.
They really have. Cleveland is playing a great offensive basketball game. They're still shooting 61% from the field. That's a very high percentage. Defensively, they've allowed too many layups. Doc Rivers he's missed a dunk. He's gone in and laid the ball in off the glass. And I'm sure Lenny Wilkins is telling his team, look, somebody has to come out and help up. You can't allow anybody to come in and just shoot uncontested layups. If they improve defensively, get more rebounds, then they'll have an opportunity really to get back in the basketball game. They're only down 8. That's been the only weakness that Cleveland has shown so far.
A reminder that the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the last days that Hawk fans are Anyone who's a fan of any other team can purchase Hawks season tickets, which includes all the games coming up down the stretch in February, March, and April, and then first dibs on playoff tickets. The number to call, 681-3605. 681-3605. And that the last 3 days they will be shut off. And they're only, I forget the number, but there are less than 100. So if you want season tickets, you better get them quick. We have 3 days remaining, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 681-3605. John Sterling, Mike Glenn at the Omni. 2.5 remaining in the third period. Atlanta now leads by 8, their biggest lead at 13 in the late second period. Price up top. Fakes it and got fouled. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Pretty good defense by the Hawks guards that time. Battle played good D, and Doc Rivers was there to help out, but Mark Price made an excellent move in drawing the foul. Battle thought he got a little push off there and picked up the foul, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
And as you might expect, Mark Price, an unerring foul shooter.
Sure, excellent shooter.
Price has 11. Cleveland led by Doherty's 18. Dominique leads all scorers with 25.
Tell you, John, we don't need Mark Price to get hot tonight. Doc needs to continue to play aggressive and physical with Mark and try to keep him out of the game. Don't allow him to start hitting a few jumpers.
The Hawks by 6, 77-71. Off the Livingston pick, Rivers cutting left. Back on the wing for the battle jumper. Bullseye! Atlanta by 8, 79-71. Here's Darnell Valentine front court. Valentine and Price, the backcourt. Valentine's jumper is good.
The Hawks want Valentine to take that shot. He's not a great outside shooter, so they'll settle for that. Matter of fact, they'll say, take another one.
Absolutely. Rivers and battle the backcourt with Dominique, Cliff Livingston, and John Koncak. Cack the pick. Rivers off the pick, drives the lane. The hook is good. Beautiful. Driving right-hand hook by Glenn Rivers.
Doc is playing an excellent basketball game.
Price, another 3, short. Dominique tips it, couldn't control it, and Hot Rod Williams comes away. Price, the fake, another 3 is good. Mark Price. Price has 15. He's hit 3 3-pointers. Nika's hit 2. A minute 15 remaining in the third. 2-man game battle, and Dominique. Here's Neek against Nance for the jumper. Bullseye! Dominique is magnifique tonight. He has 27.
Another beautiful shot by Dominique. The last 2 shots, John, have been 9.9 out of 10. Mark Price shot a beautiful 3-pointer, and Dominique returned the favor.
It's Atlanta by 7. A lob lead off a back pick is too high. Even Nance can't get up that high. And out of the backcourt comes Rivers. Ahead for Neek on the drive. In the lane. The layup is no good. Rebound, Livingston stripped and taken away by Doherty. He sends out Price. Here's a 2-on-1. Nance to finish it. Got fouled by Koncak. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Cleveland looking to run. They'd like to get the ball in the hands of Larry Nance, who won the slam dunk championship a couple of years ago. But John Koncak picks up a good foul, prevents him from getting the dunk, and sends him to the free throw line, where he'll have to shoot 2 free throws rather than the dunk.
Spud Webb comes in for Rivers. Doc had 8 in the third period.
Doc played magnificent basketball. He did everything right. He played physical. He scored offensively. He's really making Mark Price work. A couple of times he left him open for 3-pointers, and just can't fall asleep at any time when you're guarding a shooter. They love to see a guy fall asleep so they can score a nice, easy jumper.
Atlanta by 5. That was their halftime lead. The Hawks will leave 10 seconds on the clock. Battle off the pick. Spud stopped. 5 on the shot clock. Battle on the drive. His hook is no good. Rebound, John Williams. Cleveland has 9 seconds. Price blocked from behind by Livingston. What a play. Ahead for Dominique, who drives and jams. Livingston steals again. 1 second remaining, and he throws it down court. Cliff Livingston made what could be a 4-point play. He made a great block and sent it down to Dominique for the stop at the end of 3. The score, Atlanta 85 and Cleveland 78. From outside of Buenos Aires, Venezuela, Jorge Gonzalez, all 7'6", 403 pounds. He celebrated a birthday, and they played happy birthday, and he about ready to cry. 16,320 got up and applauded vociferously. Fourth period begins. Nance, jumper is good. Larry Nance, he has 18, and the Hawk lead is 5. Spud Webb and John Battle with contact. Moses and Livingston. Dominique with 29 out of the game right now to get his fourth period rest. He'll be back in a couple of minutes. Moses against Doherty for the jumper. No. Rebound. Contact kept it alive and goes out of bounds. Cleveland has Mark Price and Craig Elo in their backcourt, and up front they have Hot Rod Williams, Larry Nance, and Brad Doherty. 3 players over 6'10".
I'm sure Price is glad to see Doc Rivers on the bench for a few minutes.
I bet he is. Here's Doherty posted against Concac. No double team. Doherty, the jumper's going to be short, and Moses got fouled on the rebound by Elo.
Good defense by John Concac. He stayed right in front of him, got his hands straight up, and made him shoot a really tough shot. Excellent defense.
John Sterling and Mike Glenn at the Omni with your basketball broadcast. Full house at the Omni, and they're seeing a humdinger of a game. Here's Battle. You want to come off the Concac pick, but Elo played through very well.
Really did.
They now Battle gets double, swinging for a Spuds. Open, right side, jumper, no. Rebound, Livingston, no good. The rebound taken away by Doherty. Craig Elo to come across. Cleveland down by 5, 85-80. And Atlanta's thrown everything at them, and the Cavaliers are right there with a great chance to win this ball game. Here's Nance against Livingston. Nance, the drive, the spin, the hook is good. Beautiful play by Larry Nance. And don't worry, Dominique will be back soon. Here's Battle, left open to the corner. He's got it. You can't overemphasize pushing the basketball, rushing it up. Price sends down low for the Doherty hook. It's good. Don't wait around. Push it up, and you might get an open jumper like Battle had before. Spud the drive, and he got held by Price, a non-shooting foul.
Quick move by Spud. I think Mark Price kind of knows that he prefers to go right. Jumped over to his right, but still picked up the foul. Spud needs to continue to push the basketball, to be the aggressor. He has to be the aggressor at his size.
Tree Rollins is in for Doherty. Atlanta by 3, 87-84. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Spud up top. Battle with Elo. 2-man game with Moses. Moses against Rollins, takes him, the drive, and he got fouled.
Atlanta.
And Moses made a very quick move on the baseline.
He really did. They were trying to isolate Moses that time to play one-on-one basketball with Tree Rollins. Tree's one of the best defensive centers in the NBA. At that time, Moses made him move laterally. Moses took the ball, went baseline very quickly, and was able to pick up a foul. Interesting matchup. Tree's done an excellent job on Moses over the years, and it'll be interesting to see if the Hawks choose to go back at Tree again.
Well, I think they're using him in the right way. At least he did that play where Moses was able to square up and make a couple of fakes. When he does get it down low, Rollins obviously can block a shot. Moses makes the first. And Mo has one more with 9:49. Mark Price and Craig Elo the backcourt, now with Rollins, Hot Rod Williams, and Mike Sanders. Nance and Doherty getting their rest. They'll be back soon. Atlanta by 5, 89-84. Dominique is coming back. Here's Price off the pick. Well, what a shot by Mark Price.
All bottoms on that one. Spud jumped high, but wasn't much he could do about it. Excellent play that time on isolation.
Price has 17. Moses squares up and goes baseline again. That time he lost it. Taken away by Price. A lead for Sanders, and he lays it up no good. He got fouled by Concac. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
John, both teams are playing basketball now 3-on-3. They're taking 2 guys out and pulling them away from the action and saying, our 3 players can beat your 3 players. Mark Price got an open jump shot because of the 3-on-3 play. Nobody around to help out. And the same thing happened for the Hawks on the other end when they played actually 2-on-2 basketball and got the ball to Moses Malone with not anybody really in an area to help out. Here we see the best defensive forward on the Cavaliers team, John. Sanders is really an excellent defensive player from the forward position, and Elo is their best defensive player from the guard position. I was listening to one of their telecasts, and Michael Jordan only had 30 points, only 30 in one game. And they said, boy, Craig Elo really did a good job on Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and you know then they're playing good team defense too. Well, Cleveland within a point. Sanders made them both. Dominique is back. So is Antoine Carr. Carr down low. Whoa, what a fake. He missed the shot, got it back, and got fouled, a two-shot foul. You know, Mike, you might explain, if you can, about, because it's innate for Carr, the dead fakes he has. But he has fake after fake, and people just can't stay with him.
Really can't. When he gets in close, you know that you're vulnerable, so you tend to take the first fake and say, oh, no, he's going to score. And he gets there and makes a nice little pump fake, and it's very hard for you to stay on your feet. Antoine did an excellent job.
He's one of the few players I've ever seen who fakes, get guys going up. Then he fakes again, and he has them on the trampoline. By that time, they're down. That's it.
Oh,
then he goes up again.
He said, forget it. I might as well jump.
He's amazing. He really is amazing. He just can't stay on the floor.
Really is.
Carr makes them both. He has 10 points in very limited time. Atlanta by 3, 91-88. Here's Sanders, played by Dominique. Rollins, as you know, a non-shooter. Price lobs it cross-court for the Elo baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Dominique. Sanders stayed right to it. Now Carr and Hot Rod Williams are about to get into it. Williams is certainly not a fighter. I don't know if Carr is either.
I wouldn't recommend it for Hot Rod.
Although Carr has the body for it.
Right.
Spud, they want to go to Carr. Elo jump back. Now Dominique will bring it over to get it to Carr. Neek takes a three. Bullseye! Dominique has hit 3 3-pointers. He has 32. And Atlanta by 6, 94-88. In a heck of a game. And Cleveland is right there. Price trying to beat Spud, and he draws the foul. It's a non-shooting foul. You know, I don't know anything to knock the Hawks on. Spud and Battle have played well off the bench. So have Koncak and Carr, the 9 guys they played. Cleveland's just a good ball club. This is a terrific game.
That's true. Cleveland makes you play good basketball if you want to win. Same way the Celtics have done over the years. Whenever you're winning, you're playing good ball.
Ron Harper's back in. Here's Hot Rod down low for the running right-hander. No. The rebound tapped up. No. The rebound taken away by Moses. Out of the backcourt comes Rivers. Rivers and Theus. Here's Reggie. Carr posted and doubled. Reggie, the open jumper as a result. Atlanta playing smart basketball and hitting their shots. Now the Hawks by 8. Cleveland calls time. There is a timeout on the floor. The score, the Hawks 96 and Cleveland 88. The Omni, 7.5 remaining in the 4th period. What has been a terrific game. Both teams have played well, executed well. Just a good game. Price finds Harper for the long jumper, an air ball. Dominique, it did not go out of his hands. It will be Atlanta basketball. The Hawks have Rivers and Theus with Neek, Moses Malone, and Antoine Carr. Cleveland has Price and Harper with Rollins, Nance, and Hot Rod Williams. Here's Neek, who has 32. Atlanta by 8. Off the right side pick comes Rivers, but Price stays right with him. Carr is posted up. So Rivers and Carr, 2-man game. Rivers, baseline jumper, good.
Beautiful shot.
Well, Rivers knows he can take Price and shoot over him, and that's just what he did. Price off the Williams pick. Cross-courting Ron Harper for the drive. Good, nice play, Cleveland.
Atlanta trying a little cute defense here and bringing Reggie Theus from the weak side to come and help out on Mark Price, but they're leaving Harper open.
Rollins held Moses as he tried to front him and also knock the pass away. Cleveland is now over the limit, so Moses will get 2.
Cleveland is much too good at passing the basketball to really try the kind of defense that the Hawks are trying now. They pass unselfishly, and the first time Harper shot an air ball, and the next time he's going to burn you. They simply pass the ball too well to leave Harper open, even though he's away from the basketball.
Yeah, and they left him open cross court, saying to Cleveland, make that pass, but Cleveland makes that pass.
They sure do.
And once they make it, then you're in trouble.
You're right. Don Nelson probably is the best coach in the league at trick defenses, and last night Golden State went in to play this Cleveland team and he got beat by about 40 points.
Yes, hey, that opened my eyes. Golden State had won 8 straight. They didn't just lose. They got drubbed. Atlanta by 10, 190. Underneath is Nance, knocked away though, and picked up by Dominique.
Excellent defense by Dominique, helping out. Heads up ball.
Atlanta just looks great tonight. They're doing just about everything right. Rivers off the car pick. Theus on the weak side finds Rivers for the jumper. Bullseye! And what a pass by Theus. Can he pass? Nance on the drive. His runner is good, Larry Nance. Nance has 22. Atlanta though by 10. Moses against Doherty. Baseline spin move is blocked. Moses gets it back, and his shot is blocked again. Cleveland just waited for Moses to go up. Theus pokes it away from Price. Moses lays it up, no. Rebound, tipped, and taken away by Hot Rod Williams.
Must be a lid on that basket, John.
Here's a lead for Nance. His baseline jumper is good. Larry Nance has 24. Atlanta by 8, 102-94. And Atlanta will take time. 5.5 remaining. Atlanta by 8 in the fourth quarter. We'll get back right after this. John Sterling, Mike Glenn back. Fourth period action, 5.5 remaining. Atlanta's lead down to 8. Carr trying to post up against Hot Rod Williams. Drives, spins, can't get in. Theus, the drive off the Neek in the lane. He drives and jams. Oh, what a drive by Dominique. I mean, if there's a better athlete, I want to meet him. Dominique is magnifique. He has 34. Beautiful. Off the left side pick, Price for the open jumper. Got it again. Mark Price. Price has 19. What a game.
Great game. Dominique had a 10, obviously, on that dunk. Went through the middle of the lane.
You'll be seeing that across the country on the late night telecast. I'll tell you that. Here's Carr posted up, trying to work on Williams. Takes him. The jumper is around and no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Cleveland.
Moses really made that possible by really pushing and banging on Doherty so that he couldn't get the rebound, and Harper is a lot smaller and really couldn't control it. Well, here's the dunk by Dominique.
Now, what an athlete. Do it from a tuck. Go down to your knees and come back up again. How does he do that?
It's like a diver or something.
Well, one thing, he jumps high to begin.
With no board.
Theus has Carr low. Reggie, long jumper. Short this time, and rebound taken away by Larry Nance on a great jump.
Another guy looks like a diver there.
Now the Cavaliers down by 8. 4:13 remaining. Doherty. Dominique tries to knock it away. Doherty gets it back. And there's going to be an illegal defense on Atlanta. First of all, Dominique wound up with Doherty. That's not his man. And Atlanta gets the first illegal warning for either team tonight.
Doherty tried the old globe, trying to move on Dominique there too, but Dominique wasn't going for that. Held his ground, did a good job.
Price, the drive. Alley-oops it high. No. Rebound, Nance knocked away by Dominique, picked up by Price. And Nance hits again. Larry Nance has 26, and he has 10 this period.
Good pass.
3:45 remaining. Atlanta's lead down to 6. Here's Dominique. He wants Moses to vacate, and it goes up high for Moses. Carr posted up. Takes his man. Fakes him. Oh, what a fake. That's what I was talking about. He drew the 2-shot foul. He faked him once, and Williams did a good job. The second fake, he raised him right up and drew the 2-shot foul.
You're absolutely right, John. Antoine is becoming a smarter basketball player. When you can score easy baskets, you play longer, you get fouls on the defense. Here we see the nice jump hook by Larry Nance, but Antoine is doing an excellent job offensively. He's really learned a lot. Here we see the moves by Antoine. Nice move. Got him again. To the free throw line.
He got some fakes.
Really
Carr
good.
has 11. And 12. 3.5 remaining. The Hawks by 8, 106-98. Cleveland hanging right in there. A lob for Nance. He couldn't control it. Taken away by Dominique. Here's Rivers to push. Ahead for Theus. Reggie holds up. Cross court to Dominique. Lucky pass. And there's a foul on Harper. It'll be a shooting foul. And Atlanta grabbed a big fat piece of luck. Theus threw a pass into 3 or 4 players, and it bounced off everybody and found Dominique. Harper has drawn his 5th foul. Neek has 35, as you see. 35. Doherty rebounds. Atlanta up by 9, 107-98. Cliff Livingston is in for Carr.
Livingston in for defensive purposes now. Antoine was playing an excellent offensive game, and Coach Vitello wants to go to a defensive style here.
Price spins and lays it up, and no good. And there's going to be a call. They're going to call it offensive interference, and it will be Atlanta basketball. Rivers to come across.
Price, nice reverse move, says he got fouled on that. And he did. He touched it on the rim. Good call. Offensive.
2:45 remaining. Dominique gets free and lays it in. Great pass, and don't forget about the pick that freed Dominique.
Hawks are executing beautifully.
Dominique has 37. Atlanta putting this one away. They lead by 11. Price to John Williams for the drive. Blocked by Neek. Nance, jumper, no. And Doherty fouled Dominique over the shoulder.
John, I don't think the Hawks can play any better. Here we see the shot go up, and Doherty comes over the back. Good position by Dominique Wilkins. The Hawks are doing everything right now. I don't think they can play much better than they're playing right now.
Dominique has 37 as he hits the line. He scored 8 in the first, 9 in the second, 12 in the third, and thus far he has 9 in the fourth. He'll get another foul shot when we return with 2:24 remaining, and Atlanta leading by 12, 110-98. Coach of the Cavs looking on. It looks like he's going to get a loss tonight. Cleveland will drop dramatically to 30-8. Dominique has 1 more, and this foul shot is good. Neek has 39. John Sterling, Mike Glenn at the Omni. 2:20 remaining. You see the time in the lower right-hand corner. Atlanta with a seemingly safe 13-point lead. They had a 13-point lead, 51-38 late second period, but for the most part, it's been a tight game. Moses intercepts, and Atlanta will win this game as Rivers runs it up. Moses finishes it. Atlanta by 15. Under 2 minutes. Harper gets it back and gets fouled. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Harper trying to invent a shot there. Hawks defense would have none of that. Here we see him driving baseline. Reggie plays a good D. Cliff is always there to help out. Follows up. Hawks all around him.
Ron Harper has made the first, and he makes them both. Harper has 11 in the game. Atlanta by 13, 113-100 with 1:46.
Here we see some full court pressure by the Cavaliers, trying to get a few turnovers.
And Atlanta has a 3-on-2 as a result. Moses gets a jam. Atlanta handled the pressure beautifully.
Really.
Weak side help Livingston as he steals from Doherty. Rivers ahead for Theus. Reggie the drive to Neek for the hook. It's good. Dominique has 41. And Atlanta now by 17, breaking it open with a minute 20. Harper, stolen by Dominique. Moses ahead. Atlanta will clear their bench. The Hawks got murdered in Cleveland in the second game that the two have played, as this crowd is going absolutely berserk. And the Hawks wanted to pay Cleveland back. Well, they have. The final minute 13 will be played for exercise. Doherty has missed the first.
John, the Hawks need to take this win on the West Coast road trip with them. You want to go there relaxed, feeling good, feeling confident. This is a very big win for them to take out West. It's going to be very tough games out West, and it's really important for them to get this win.
Oh, I agree, Mike, and I mean, I'm not into those psychological things, but the West is simply improved. Those teams are so good that it's going to be a very tough six-game trip. Dwayne Farrell is in. With a minute remaining, here's Ray Tolbert, and he lays it in. Atlanta by 20, 121-101. Larry Nance takes a long jumper and hits. Nance has had a big game with 28, and 12 of them this period.
Hawks spreading the floor, and they're wasting time.
Farrell misses his jumper. 30 seconds remaining. Harper blocked by Farrell. Theus went out of bounds with the ball. Nice block by Dwayne.
Good block by Dwayne Farrell.
Atlanta got great performances from at least 6 players tonight, Carr being the 6th. Here's Harper's shot being rejected by Farrell. Harper the drive, and he lays it in. Atlanta by 16, 121-105. Tolbert dishes off. Livingston misses, and the rebound taken by Livingston, who missed it again. Tolbert missed it. And that's it. You got the feeling that the sands in Cliff Livingston ran out. He just couldn't get up to put it in. Well, the Sting and I'll get back with our recap and our player of the game. Atlanta wins big against the Cavaliers. They couldn't have played better before a very responsive crowd. And the final, the Hawks 121 and the Cleveland Cavaliers 105. Natural light player of the game. And I don't think you have to be exactly a genius to figure out who we have chosen. He is good old Neek. Dominique Wilkins scored 41. He hit 3 3-pointers. He made some of his brilliant athletic moves. But I think he played a brilliant game, Mike, on both ends of the floor. He overplayed his men well. He hit the boards well. He's been rebounding better than he ever has in his life. And he really is a great all-star. No wonder he leads the Eastern Conference forwards in voting, and he was absolutely brilliant tonight.
He really was, John. He also is the emotional leader for this team. When Dominique gets a dunk, which he got a couple of very nice ones tonight, it gets the crowd and the team into the flow of the game, and it really propelled the Hawks tonight as they played an excellent basketball game to beat one of the best teams, if not the best team in basketball right now.
Well, they are the best team right now. Well, as I heard a guy say once, Dominique is magnifique, and he certainly was tonight, but it was a lot more than Neek. Someone told me at the end of the game that Cleveland wound up with 24 turnovers. Remember, they had 13 in the first half. That's very excessive for a smart, good passing team like Cleveland. Well, you don't get turnovers if teams don't harry you into those turnovers. You got to give some credit to the Hawks defense for that.
You really do. Doc Rivers did an excellent job of really containing Mark Price. He hit a few jump shots, but he put a lot of pressure on Mark offensively and defensively. And Cliff Livingston always plays an excellent defensive game for the Hawks. He's helping out, he's denying passes, and he's rebounding. He did an excellent job defensively.
Atlanta had only 6 more rebounds, but look at the turnovers. 24 for Cleveland, 9 for Atlanta. And that really negated Cleveland's shooting. Imagine shooting 58% with as good a ball club as Cleveland has and losing by 16. And that's because they didn't get a lot of shots. Look at the difference in shots. Atlanta had 97, Cleveland 69 attempts. And that again goes back to the Hawk defense tonight.
The Hawk defense was the key. It was the key tonight, and DOMINIQUE WILKINS was the key. When you have a guy shooting shots from everywhere, three-pointers, dunks, really carrying the team, it's very difficult to beat that team. And tonight was that kind of night for DOMINIQUE WILKINS.
And it all meshed for the Hawks. Moses had 21 and pounded the boards. Cliff Livingston and Antoine Carr did their job, as did Doc Rivers and Reggie Theus. So it all worked out. We want to thank our whole staff. Darcia Matson, our associate director. Richard Coker has produced and directed his little heart out. Always good to work with the Sting. And we wrap it up from the Omni, where Atlanta has defeated Cleveland 121-105 for the whole group. This is John Sterling. Have a good night, everyone, right here on the Hawks Television Network.